Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This video is going to be around Star Atlas. Star Atlas today have just launched their labs, which is the next stage of their testing. They did, before this, they did Sage, which was the Star Atlas golden era. They did a movement test on Solana to test the hardware and the software to see if it could deal with the transactions. It did a very good job. Obviously, a lot of lessons were learned. Now they're moving into the next stage, which is moving things from their current system, which is called Score, and moving it into Labs. Labs is the next milestone in their progression. Now, you have to bear in mind with something like Star Atlas, there are two sides to the game. And you have to remember this because this is important. The first side is what everybody sees with the marketing, with the trailers. It's the Unreal Engine, it's the walk around the ships, it's the flying, it's the dogfighting, the racing, the exploring, all of that. And you have to also bear in mind that Star Atlas has had a few setbacks along the way. The most prominent of which was that their treasury was locked on a platform that went bankrupt. And as a result, they lost most of their runway and had to let go of most of their team. They tried to do some additional funding. Unfortunately, the crypto space is in a really bleak winter at the moment. About 95% of NFTs have gone to zero. And so it's understandable that when you look at the NFTs that people purchased for Star Atlas at the start, they're about between, I would say, 70 to 80, maybe even 90% down on their initial value. So when you look at the recommended retail price compared to the actual current value if someone was to sell something, then yeah, you can understand that some people are going to be optimistic, but also hurting. And that can emotionally affect people when they're considering a game like this. And there's a lot of expectation on this. But we have to bear in mind that it's not a game yet. You can't call this a game right now. This is a test. This is an additional test for the economy and for the software and the hardware for this side of the game, which is going to be a critical and very important part of the game. But this is not the story of the game. This is not the lore. This is not the immersion. This is definitely not that Unreal Engine side of things. This is a very 2D, top-down level strategic management side of things, which is really going to appeal to people that like to min-max, people that like to work in Google Sheets and Excel spreadsheets, rather than people that like to play games. For some people, this is fun, and some people enjoy this, but make no mistakes, this is about profit. This is about people making money, and people are going to be trying to make money and trying to take their assets and generate income as a result of that. And that's where the fun comes from. So if people aren't making money, this isn't going to be fun for them. And so how long can you sustain that hope that people are going to make money? And at what point are people going to cash out compared to reinvest? And at what point is it going to crash? Because it eventually will, because everything does. Now, are they going to be able to get the Unreal Engine side of it built, bearing in mind that they've let go of that team and even said publicly that that's not their focus right now, that their focus is not on the Unreal Engine for the foreseeable future? Do they have enough runway to be able to get from A to B? That's the question, and that's what we're going to look at today. And I want to see kind of what they've got and what they've done. So we're going to go ahead and launch the game. Let's just read this. It says, enter the galactic expanse. Embark on a journey to Agalia, a bountiful, mysterious region of space. Explore, extract resources, craft rare items, and compete for more than 1.2 million in loot with golden tickets. So there's the kind of hook. That's what they're giving you on, is a $1.2 million worth of loot. But I'd be really interested to see a breakdown of that prize table. Is it $1.2 million of RRP ship value? Because that's not real value. I mean, you could argue that a ship that they tried to sell for $1 million isn't worth much more than maybe 10 grand. So I would say when you look at the value of the sale price, because the value of something is only the value of it when it's for sale. The perceived value when someone buys it and what someone says it's worth, someone might buy it for that. But when they come to sell it, what do they sell it for? That's the real value of it. And like a car, when you drive a car off a forecourt, it loses a percentage of its value when you buy it. At the moment with NFTs, it's the same thing. When you buy an NFT, specifically from Sage Lab, which we know they've manipulated the marketplace. When you buy a ship, the market makers that make the transactions, that make everything happen, it's automated. It's all done on the back end, and it's done to make you think that things are valuable and that people are interested in things, when in fact there's not much action at all. And so I'm not really I'm not keen on those tactics. I don't like those tactics, but I understand them from a business perspective. It's kind of like the fake it till you make it. But it kind of screams Tai Lopez in the marketing world, and I hate that. I don't like that, and so that's my only criticism here. I'm definitely looking at this from a critical eye. I've put over $500,000 into various NFT projects. I've learned to ask questions. I've learned some lessons, and so I definitely like to look at things from a more critical perspective now, especially when I'm investing. And yes, I've invested in Star Atlas, and I'm very, very keen to see them succeed, but I'm just not keen on them succeeding if it means bullshitting people along the way with that. It's a very difficult, very, very difficult balance, specifically with communities. And you're not really promoting this to a gaming community. This is not for gamers. This is for opportunist extractors, specifically Web3, which is what most of the Web3 community are these days. They're opportunist extractors looking to cash out of the next project. And so, yes, people will come to this and it will get that attention. And that's something that Web3 can do far greater than Web2. The ability to get a huge audience of people interested very quickly, purely on the monetization aspect, is what drives a lot of this engagement, but it's not sustainable. And I want to make sure that they can, and we know they need to do this. This is the initial, they have to do this now. Are they going to be able to create enough of a runway to finish building the product to attract gamers? If that works, and that's the mission, and that's the business model, I understand it, and that's fine. But they have to be real, and there has to be this plan to be able to do this. And I believe they've got that plan. Whether that works out or not remains to be seen. Hopefully things will pick up as we come out of crypto winter, and things will be slightly easier. And Matt Wagner and her team, I want them to have an easier journey. They've had a rough time. It's been difficult. You have no idea what's been going on behind the scenes. I don't either, but I can imagine it's been extremely stressful. It's never nice letting people go. It's never nice losing money. It's never nice struggling with your expectations and what you're promising and putting out there to the world. And so I want them to have some good fortune, and I want this to succeed. So with that being said, all of that critical thinking behind, let's jump into this. So this is an early access open world game with total freedom of action, real-time gameplay, and a live economy. Make your every move count. Okay. In order to connect your account to Sage Labs, we will need to first connect your wallet. When ready, launch the wallet chooser to begin. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of terms of service that we need to go through. Yeah. No one's going to read this, but you need to. Yeah, we need to read this. And the reason for this, the reason we need to, is we need to understand what's going to happen to our assets, because we're going to put our assets from our personal wallet into a smart contract. So we need to know what this means. And this is where we're going to do a separate video on this. We'll do a separate video talking about this, and we'll break this down. Because this is something that you'll need somebody who understands the legal ramifications of what's being said here. This is really to protect the company, but we need to make sure that we protect ourselves. And we know what, and we just need any red flags. They need to be dealt with. And there's nothing you can do about it. If you want to play the game, you have to do this. But your purchase of game items will be accompanied by non-fungible tokens. Your ownership of these tracked via the Solana blockchain. The service provides access to a marketplace for you to purchase, transfer game-related items. Okay. Okay, so we'll look into this. I'm going to accept it now. We're going to jump into this, but we'll look into that. All right, we're going to set up the Phantom wallet. That's what we're going to use. So you have to click on it, choose the wallet you want, and then click connect. All right, so in we go. We're going to unlock our wallet. We're on Star Atlas, which is the right one. We're going to connect to Sage Labs. What is Atlas Prime? Atlas Prime is a new service from ATMTA Inc. that allows you to pay for transactions with Atlas instead of Solana, simplifying management of your token balances. How does Atlas Prime work? With Atlas Prime enabled, all in-ecosystem fees incurred in automatic... Okay. All in-ecosystem fees incurred are automatically paid using Atlas already in your wallet. Your gameplay earnings in Star Atlas are denominated from Atlas currency. However, while operating on the Solana blockchain, the default fee is in Sol. The native Solana network token was simplifying things for you and covering the Sol fee when you use our proxy service and remit payments in Atlas. With this service, your entire experience can be lived within Star Atlas without distraction. Prefer to use Sol to pay for network transactions instead? Visit the settings panel to disable Atlas Prime at any time. So I guess the thing here is, if you want a more immersive experience where you're not constantly signing transactions, then use Atlas Prime. But if you want to be in control of your transactions and you want to pay for the gas fee every time you need to do a transaction, which if you're doing a lot of transactions, I imagine that can get quite overwhelming, then you'll want to use that. Now, I guess the question is, what's the conversion rate? Is there a fee for this service? And is there a markup? Because often when you buy something, if you went onto Binance as a centralized exchange and you bought a currency and then you sold that currency back a second later, you would lose money. And the reason for that is because when you buy something, the price is different to when you sell something. There's a margin. And so my question here is, what is the margin between Atlas Prime and Sol at the time of transaction? Are you going to be paying more Atlas than you would be Sol? Is there an additional cost of Atlas? So if I was to do a transaction in Sol, it would cost X amount. What does that convert to in Atlas? And it would be really nice to know that, for them to explain that here so that we know. I'm going to go ahead and do it just for now. So we need to start by creating a character. All right, so this is good. They've done character creation, which is nice. Gives you a sense of purpose. Makes you feel like you're belonging. To begin, you'll want to choose an alliance faction and give your character a name. After creating your character, anytime you return to Star Atlas Labs, this character will act as your identity. Select your faction. Before you make your choice, please be aware your faction choice is permanent for this character. This may influence your ability to trade with other factions and will also determine which local resources you have access to. Mud, Oni, or a star. Right, well, I'm Mud. That's what I've done. Mud is more of the firepower. There's more people in there. Oni, I believe, is more intelligence based. And so you get to choose, and I never even looked into Uster, so I couldn't tell you about them. Name your character. Personalize your character by giving them a unique moniker. Unlike faction settings, your character name can be changed later at any time. Alright. There we go. So now we're going to have to sign our first transaction. Let's do that. We can also turn on or off auto confirm. We're not going to do that this time. But we're going to sign that first transaction to create our character. So this will now assign our wallet with that person. So here we go. So we're in. We've got our galaxy ID, sectors, registered ship types, resources. All right, my current asset location. All right, so here we are. We're in. This is the first look. As I said, it's going to be 2D at the moment. So, all right. Select a sector. You have no fleets to manage. All right. So I guess we get to choose. We can't touch anything on here. We need to navigate to a sector. So I guess where are we going to go first and foremost? There's a lot of people that have been talking about this. There's a lot of images that are out already where some of these have got more resources than other. I'm actually going to go to Mud 4. That's where we're going to start right now. We're going to navigate to this sector and we're going to start from here. This looks like the Mud starting zone. But we're going to go to Mud 4 and then we're going to work our way out from there. So let's navigate to this sector. Alright, here we are. Steve Woody's zone activity. Starbase. Alright, so this doesn't look the way I thought it was going to look. Alright, here we go. This is it. So first of all, we need to deposit or withdraw ships. You do not have any ships in your wallet or Starbase. Alright, so what this will mean is I will need to go over to Star Atlas to start, and I will need to remove these. I will need to remove these from Star Atlas themselves. So if I go to Star Atlas and go to the main website, If I go to the menu, oh wow, that's really not friendly. So you need to go to play.staratlas.com, sorry. Play.staratlas.com. Okay, so what I'm going to look for here is I'm going to look for my faction fleet. I need to connect my wallet to my faction fleet. So I'm going to do that now just quickly. All right, and then I'm going to claim this Atlas on here. So I'm just going to do this transaction. But then I'm going to need to manage this fleet. So I've got my two X6s, my PS X6. I'll need to take those out. So now I've claimed my rewards. I'm going to manage ships. I'm going to withdraw the entire fleet. Yep. So we're sorry to hear that your confidence in our faction has been shaken. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take everything out of here. All right. So first of all, there's a PSX4 here with 1 reward. Okay. These have been in for almost a year now. So let's do that again. Some fleet data here. There's some managed ships. All right. So withdraw entire fleet. Confirm. Oh, look, it does. It gives you your Star Atlas as well. So I don't need to do the 2 transactions. I can just do the 1 transaction. That one's fine. We'll do this one as well. There's 784 here. So we're going to manage ships. Withdraw entire fleet. Confirm. So we're withdrawing everything from the fleet management, which was known as score. And we're taking it out of there. So we're removing it from that smart contract where it's currently been staked. Putting it back into our wallet. A little bit slow in the transactions, but that's okay. Just going to wait a moment and see if this works. If not, we can just refresh. And we'll just send that transaction one more time. So it's asking me to reconnect to wallet, which is strange, but we'll do that. All right, so manage fleet. Manage ships. Withdraw entire fleet. Confirm. There was an issue with your request. Something went wrong. Asking us to confirm. All right, so now we've got issues trying to get this stuff out. Is it withdrawing everything? Let me see. Maybe it's just going through everything slowly. No, we're down to here. Can we claim our Atlas? It will let us claim that. Okay, but it won't let us withdraw these ships. Okay, now it's working. Bit strange. All right, that one's done. All right, we'll get the Opal Jet out as well. So we'll manage that fleet, manage the ship, withdraw the fleet. Seems to be struggling with multiple transactions. Confirm that. And then we're going to confirm this one as well. Okay, that one's done. We'll take out the Mamba that we've got. Yeah, a few ships here. And these have been collecting resources as and when. We haven't really been logging in that often to do this. Some people have been doing it every day, but we've got a few Atlas as a result of this. We also bought a few Atlas as well, so we have some. We'll take out the air bike from here. Okay. Next is going to be the R6. So we'll do this. It would have been really, really nice if they had built a system that let you just withdraw your entire... Or even as you were logging in, rather than coming in here and doing this, it would have been really nice if there was one button that I could have clicked to withdraw all of my fleet in one go. And then imported it in one click so that that would have been really nice. Having to make me go through and do all of this manually, it's not a problem, but it's not... You know, it's their attention to detail where you'd really want them to step up. All right, so there's nothing in here now. Everything's done. All right, that's good. So now I should be able to come back to here. And now we can see all of our ships. Perfect. So we have, I think that's pretty much everything. I need to deposit all of these to the Starbase, right? Amount to transfer. So there's 2 of these. There's 10 of these. And there's 2 of these. Otherwise, there's 1 of everything else. All right. To begin, select the ships you would like to deposit to or withdraw from your Starbase and specify how many. All right. So let's put everything in the Starbase. All right. There we go. We're going to do that. You do not have enough free crew to withdraw. Okay. So now if I wanted to withdraw these. Oh, stored in wallet. Okay, so they're still stored in wallet. Okay. Did I not just... I thought I just deposited those. Let me just refresh this screen. Okay. Okay, I'd like to just auto log in. Welcome back. Okay, we did so we're going to go to Mud Fort. Okay, so that didn't seem to work. Also, the numbers, when you transfer the numbers, it's a little bit annoying that that doesn't work. It's better to just come along here and do it like this, I think. And then you can put the numbers in. Deposit to Starbase. I did actually do this once. I'm going to do it again now. Okay, so that doesn't work. Interesting. Okay. There's nothing in here, so that's not working. So I guess we'll go for 1 at a time and see. You do not have enough free crew to withdraw. Transactions reverted during simulation. All right, so that deposit is not working at the moment, and I don't know why. Never a good look when something's buggy when it first launches. You can always argue, oh yeah, but there's always going to be bugs, but that's the whole point of testing, right? If you're launching it out to the public like they have today, it's not a good first look when you struggle to get in like this. It's already quite a long process to get in, so not a great onboarding experience so far. Also, nothing's available in this Starbase, so maybe I can't go there. Maybe I need to go somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe I can only do 1. I don't know. To begin, select the ships you would like to deposit or withdraw from your Starbase and specify how many. You do not have enough free crew to withdraw. Well, I'm trying to deposit, not withdraw. And All right. Yeah, so this isn't working. So I guess at the moment To begin, you need to dock the ships and assets you own to your faction starting zone Starbase. Starting zone Starbase. Go to my Starbase. So do I need to go here to MRZ1? Mud CSS. Mud Central Space Station. Yeah. So I just want to put 2 of these in here. Ah, now it's working. All right, so that wasn't working before, which was strange. Looks like it might be working now. Also, it puts a 2 in front. It doesn't replace the number, which is annoying. So if I want to replace the number, it doesn't work. Yeah, little attention to detail they need to figure out here on the amount to transfer. It's not a great experience. Now this should be working. Okay, so now this looks like it's working. All right, now it's working. It wasn't working before, which is weird. Yep, they all look like they're going now. They're all disappearing. Okay, you have no... Okay, so now everything is in my Starbase. So if I want to withdraw it, you do not have enough free crew to withdraw. So hold on. So now it's in there. I can't even take it out. You do not have enough free crew to withdraw. So you need to be very careful. If you're putting your assets into this smart contract, how do you get your assets back out again? If I want to take these assets out and put them in my wallet, how do I do that? It says I have no crew, so where do I get crew from? Why can I not withdraw? Or can I now? Okay, so now I can. All right, so you can. So you just have to wait a moment. All right. Can cause a little bit of panic there for people when they're like, how do I get my funds back out? But, okay, so apparently you just need to wait. Cool. All right, so now we've got stuff in our space station, in our Mud Central space station. All right, and that looks like the address of it, which is nice. So now we should be able to go into a hangar. There are no docked fleets, so we need to form a new fleet. All right, so, I mean, we have a lot of ships, right? I don't think we want everything in one fleet, but this is 60 out of 145, so 41% capacity. Now, okay. Looking at this, the fleet maximum warp distance changes depending on what you're using. But this is the fleet maximum warp distance. Fleet cargo hold, fleet ammo bank, fuel tank. Okay. I don't think I want everything in one fleet though, right? So we need to think about how we're going to create our fleets and what that's going to look like. And at the moment, I don't know. We're still trying to get into this. But that's got 5.70. That's got 2. That's got 6. 3.90. That's got 660. 175, 340, and 680. So yeah, that's 6. That, and that, I think. It's at 34% capacity, and then the rest of the stuff isn't really that. It's just a little bit. So, all right. Anyway, we're going to form a new fleet. Now we need to do a new transaction. Okay, so that should populate here. You have to give it like 30 seconds for the Solana transaction to go through. There we go. That's now done. Now we can add ships or disband or undock. Fleet resources. All right, so let's refuel to 100%. Right, we should have resources. This button is not working, so... Okay. Starcom error. Service should be restored, it says. Alright, so I'm assuming the service has just gone down. Alright, well, we'll try and relaunch again. Still very buggy. Go to asset location. People wouldn't do this unless they thought they were going to be making money out of it. You wouldn't. This is not a... As a game at the moment, it's not a great experience. I'm really struggling just to get started, and there's just too many wait screens, too much holding time. It's very slow. Every time you refresh the screen, you have to relog back in again. It's clunky. Doesn't feel nice. Just at the moment, trying to get to my hangar. All right, so then I can go to here. Can I refuel? Will it let me? Is this what I want to do? I mean, my fuel's in my wallet, so... Stored in fuel tank. So how do I fuel my ships? I mean, there's some stats there. Why is it called a giant tortoise fleet? Oh, because it's all in my wallet. So it all needs to be in the starbase, right? Okay. So what? Do I take those as well and put them in the starbase, I assume? Everything I've got here. Amount to transfer. Oh, can't I just transfer all of it? I don't want to transfer one. I want to transfer the whole thing. So, let's just do 1 million of that. 1 million of that. 1 million of that. And then what? 800k of that. Import from wallet. There we go. Import from wallet. So that's going to put all of that into my starbase, right? All right, so there you go. That's all in my starbase now. Cool. And I've still got some stuff in my wallet as well, which is cool. Nice. All right, cool. There should be a transfer all here. You should just be able to click on this and it should transfer all. Again, just little attention to detail. Now I need to go back to my starbase hangar. So really, kind of inventory should... It should tell you the order of what you need to do, right? Now I need to go back to my starbase hangar. Click on my fleet. And now I should be able to refuel because it should say that it's all there. So now I can confirm that transaction. There we go. Now that's been refueled and restocked as well. So fuel and ammo is what we're going to need at the moment. Fuel and ammo. All right. So they're now stocked to 100%. And then there's no cargo. Great. Okay. So we've got cargo space. Cool. So now we can... What's metadata? Okay, so that's all our metadata. Perfect. All right. Crafting. Okay, so now we can craft stuff that we need. So if we want to make stuff, we can make stuff. That's cool. So what do we need to make that? All right, so if we want to make a... I want to make a PSR6. Well, I can make an R6. This is what I need. Okay. So it'd be interesting to find out what's required. And to craft that, how do we craft it? Like, what do we need? Well, we need steel. Okay, so what do we need for steel? This is cool. This is pretty cool. So I need steel. So steel requires iron and carbon. Okay, so iron. Needs a search bar on here. Definitely needs like a search bar. So if I want to make iron, I need iron ore. Yep, so I need to go and find iron ore. Okay. So what do I want to make, I guess, is the question. What am I going to make? I'd like to make another R6, so I think this is what we're going to go for. Still electronics, electromagnetic, copper wire, power source, and survey data. So the question is, how much is it going to cost us to be able to make this? All right, so our fleets are docked at the moment in our hangar. Undock. Okay, so we're going to undock. So we're not docked at the starbase now, which means we've got an undocked fleet. So now we can manage that fleet. Okay. So now we can move. What's this? Fuel required, estimated time. Mining ops. Resources available in this sector. Insufficient food. So what? I need to take self-destruct. In the most dire circumstances, you can self-destruct your fleet and respawn at your faction's home starbase. If you choose self-destruct, all cargo will be lost, and a fee of 150 atlas is required for its convenience. What? Scanning takes 20. Cargo. All right, so there's no cargo. So what? Do I need to put food in my hold then? Because I've got no food on me, but I'm gonna mine. I'm gonna need food. So there's resources at this sector, but I can't mine them because I need food. So what? These are different locations I can move to, I take it? Don't know what I'm clicking on there. Okay, so this is where I can move within this area. Okay. Don't want to self-destruct. Mining operations. Hydrogen gas is more. Alright, planets. Planets and asteroids in this sector. Someone's already mining the asteroid belts. Interesting. Right, do I want to dock this fleet then? Because I need to add food. Do I have to put food in the hull before I go out? It doesn't make that very clear. So now I'm here. Food. Alright, so... Oh, yeah, look, it goes into the cargo. So, I don't even know how much food I need, but I can't put that much food in, so what? 20% capacity of food. And then that'll keep us going, right? So that goes into the cargo. So ammo is full, fuel is full, and we've got 20% food in here as well. All right, cool. So now we should be good to go. So starbase hangar. We want to undock. Confirm this. Okay, so now undocked fleet. Manage fleet. And I just want to, at the moment, okay, so there we go. So time to full cargo is 18 minutes. And then I'm going to have hydrogen. But do I want hydrogen? Is hydrogen something I want or I need? Sector scan. 20 toolkits. I don't have any toolkits. Scanning is the mechanism applied to find survey data. Survey data is a resource required to craft various items. Performing a scan has a chance of finding a survey data unit. This takes 20 toolkits. Okay. What's a subwarp? Warping cannot be cancelled and fuel is charged up front. Subwarping can be cancelled mid-movement and fuel is charged at the end. That's going to cost 1,000 fuel. It's going to take 10 seconds. Oh, that's mud 4. And that's mud 2. Alright, so I'm actually at the mud base right now. Okay. And I'd have to move to there to be able to move to there. So if I did that, and I warped here, that is going to take a transaction. Alright, but I want to test this out and see how it works. So we're going to warp across. $49 miners there on the asteroid belt, but mud 1.3. So actually, this is a gas giant. It's quite large. This is volcanic, so mud 1.2. I don't know what's going to be there. We actually need to figure out what's where. It doesn't actually tell us. And yeah, for what we want, there's golden tickets as well. Requires a bit of everything to get a golden ticket. So golden tickets obviously as well. That's going to require steel, polymer, magnet, electromagnetic. It requires everything basically. Okay. So the crafting's pretty cool. It's got a decent crafting menu that can keep you busy. You just got to go and find all of this stuff, obviously. The question is, how much time and effort is it going to take you in resources, and is it going to be profitable, or are you going to want to go and instead just buy them directly? I have no fleets in this sector, so where is my fleet? What, return to dashboard? Fleet arrived, ready to exit warp. Go to asset location. 83%. Alright, so exit warp with 83% fuel remaining. So I've used up 20% of my fuel to move to where I've moved to. Interesting. Manage fleet. So where am I now? Wait, where am I? Oh, was that what? That was where I started. Oh, so this is my location. This is me. Okay. So if I want to get up to here, which is mud 5. Okay, I got my food on me. Okay. So manage fleet. I want to go to here. Can I use a subwarp? No, I can't. I can't do anything. I can't walk for another 2 minutes. So I'm kind of stuck between these two locations at the moment. Can't move. But that's cool. I kind of want to get out to here. I want to go out to mud 5 and see how much fuel it's going to require. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've moved 6 squares. So from here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 squares has taken about 20% of my fuel. Almost. Okay. So I would say it's about 4% per square of fuel. So I need to make sure I've got enough fuel to get back as well, right? And also, I'm going to be using fuel to mine, am I? I don't know. 70 seconds to wait there. Okay. Nothing to mine in this sector, in this area. So I have to go to a point of interest. Enable Atlas Prime. Oh, there's the current exchange rate. It tells you. All right, so I can see where I currently am. And I'm heading for Mud 5, which is where I want to go to. That was my starting zone. So navigate to sector. Mining operations here. Copper ore. Okay, so there's the copper ore that I want to get. So this is a mud star base. At this location. Okay, cool. So now I want to go back to my ship, my fleet. I'm in an undiscovered area. Of which I don't seem to be able to do anything. There's no resources here. Didn't bring any toolkits with me. Alright, so now I can warp to here, which is where I want to get to. So, okay. Let's warp. Another transaction. I didn't think I'd have to do that. I thought if I had Atlas Prime enabled, I wouldn't need to do that every time. So, kind of not sure on the purpose of Atlas Prime at the moment. Right, so moving out of that current location, having to go here. Okay, en route. Moving between menus is a little bit clunky as well. It doesn't feel... I can see it moving in real time though. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Can't interact with this though. My giant tortoise fleet almost arrived. I kind of want to scroll down a little bit further as well. Wish it had a bit of padding on the bottom. Sounds stupid, but anyway, this is ready to exit warp. So it would be nice if there was a button there that said exit warp, rather than making me click on an extra click. All right, so we're now at 70% fuel. So we've used 30% of our fuel just to get to here. But now we should be able to go into our mining operations, and there's copper ore here, and we should be able to mine this. Initiate mining. All right, so we're going to mine this asteroid belt at Mud 5.3. Engaged in mining operations. Let's look at our fleet. All right, mining operations. Mining asteroids can be performed by to obtain resource. The amount of resources obtained is related to the time spent mining and the mining rate of the fleet. Mining consumes food and ammo. The general resource mining rate value of this fleet is 35. Fuel cost to start mining. Also, there is a fuel cost to start mining. Ammo consumption per second. Fuel consumption per second. Available cargo space. This fleet is currently mining. Okay. So. Okay. So I have to pay fuel to start mining. So I want to kind of just leave this now. But how long do I want to leave it for? Will it stop when it's done? Eight ships, 30 crew. Mining asteroids. And at the moment we are mining copper. So do I set up multiple fleets? Do I send some to go and do one thing? Do I send some to go and do another? Do I have them in multiple different locations? Do I just put everything in one location, get as much of that resource, and then go out and do the next so I've got an abundance of everything? I mean, I've almost got 2,000 copper right now, so that's pretty cool. But it's not going into my cargo hold at the moment, so I would need to harvest this. Okay. Alright, so I've learned how to move, that's fine. I understand the cargo now, that's fine. The mining operation is working at the moment, that's fine. I guess I don't know when I'm going to be full. System richness is 100. Resource hardness is 200. Metals, copper ore. Okay. So I have to work out what's going to be like good for like min-maxing and stuff like that. So there's different places as well. Mud 5.1. Which is volcanic. So I could go there, which is X2 72. How do I want to see the map. How do I go back to the map? Oh, there we go. So that's mud 5, but where's mud 5.1, I guess? They're all the different sectors. Mud 2, mud 3, mud 4, mud 5. Okay, so mud CSS 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we got. This is a medium risk zone, right? Medium risk zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, these are all medium risk zones. Okay. So I'm in the mud area. So I could have gone out to like a medium risk zone. So obviously the closer to the middle you go, the more chance you've got of finding better resources. But also, like, think of how much fuel you're going to use, right? Like, if it's cost me that much fuel to get from here to here, how much is it going to cost me to get to there to there? MRZ 12. Like, if I wanted to go there. And this is mud controlled as well, so. What's in this sector? Hardness is 400, richness is 100, but it's diamonds. Crystals. Diamond crystals. Alright. So there's already people there. I kind of want to go back. So this is where we can figure out what's where, right? So if I navigate to this section to mud 2, mining operation, there's iron ore. So there's iron there. Hardness isn't as bad. Mud CSS, navigate to sector. Mining operation is hydrogen. Again, not as bad. Cool, so I'm starting at 5. We've gone for the copper. So the hardness, it's not too hard compared to... It seems to be between 1 and 400 in hardness. Richness is just 100. But this is going to give us copper, which is fine. Lots mined already. So this is the idea of this, a play test, if you like. It's not so much a game at the moment. It kind of is a game in a way that you get to craft. It's a crafting thing. You have to go out, find resources, and you know there's that min-maxing and stuff. And because these are assets that most people have paid money for and they've had to pay to play this game, they kind of want some kind of reward for that, right? And you don't want to lose things. So it's about min-maxing, really. That's only going to appeal to a certain demographic of people. You know, the big brain people that like to sit inside spreadsheets and work things out. And the fear that I have right now is anything that requires min-maxing and that is built around a set of formula, it can be botted. And so I don't see this being something valuable for people to play. This is something that a smart person will bot and probably already has. I'm almost guaranteeing that there's bots running already on this. And so this will be the biggest problem right now. And I've spoken to the team before about this, and I've said, like, what are you going to do about bots? And they just said bots are going to exist. It's just one of those things. And, you know, we just have to build around them. So I don't know what they're going to do to combat bots. I don't even know if they're interested in doing that. But I definitely see this not being a player-based game. You're not going to sit here doing what I'm doing right now, clicking on this and being profitable. The profit's going to come from the bots that are going to use algorithms to just go after the best resources in the most efficient way possible. And they're the ones that are going to cash out. So it'd be interesting to see. Interesting to see. We'll go with it. We'll see what happens. Depending on how much we have to spend in fees. So it'd be really interesting to see how much we're spending in transaction fees, how much we're spending in resources, and what we can obtain as a result of that and what it's worth. Because that's the key, right? You want to be able to play this game to be able to acquire something for less money than if you were to buy it. All right, so there's my undocked fleet. We can click on this to go to it. Look at the mining operation. So far it has mined that amount. Available space in cargo is like 39,000. So we're nearly up to 10,000, which is cool. So we'll fill the ship up. And then I assume what, we'll take it back and put it in. I don't know. Can we store it? Where can we store it? In the starbase, right? Can we dock here and store it here and have it here? Or is it better to, or will I need it all in one location? That's the other thing to think about, right? If I have different ships mining in different locations, and then I was to have a transporter going around and picking everything up and bringing it back to a central location for crafting. Can certain things be crafted in one location, certain things be crafted in another location to save moving all the raw assets? Would it be easier and better to move? Because if I'm moving an item and it's based on storage, if it costs 10 copper ore to make 1 copper ingot, for example, is it 10 copper ore storage and then 1 iron ingot storage? Or is 1 iron ingot still 10 storage? I don't know. Things we're going to have to look into. But, okay. We are 10 minutes in at the moment, and amount mined, 10,000. I'm going to have to spend some fuel if I want to start mining, so I don't really want to stop this until it's finished, because then I'm going to waste 330 fuel for no reason. General resource mining rate value for this fleet is 35. Mining asteroids can be performed to obtain resources. The amount of resources obtained is related to the time spent mining and the mining rate of the fleet. So I guess it also depends what type of fleet you have. Oh yeah, so there is like a starbase here, right? Inventory. That's in my wallet, okay, but nothing in the starbase because this is a different starbase. Oh, so I can make... Oh, interesting. Oh, so you can make different... Oh, no, okay, okay. I thought that was crafting. I'm in the wrong place. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So if I want to look at the crafting here, I thought you could craft different things in different places. You can. Interesting. So right now, I can make copper from copper ore. And then I'm assuming I can make copper wire. And then I can use that with a magnet to make electromagnetic. or I can use it to make electronics, but I need polymer as well. So yeah, having a look at what we need, it's going to be interesting. I can make fuel from hydrogen. I can mine hydrogen from starting base. So good to know. Okay. Hydrogen and carbon to make hydrocarbon. And then that can make polymer. Alright, so this is pretty cool. Won't be long before we have some visuals and some guides out. Tier 4. Okay, so what's Tier 4? Particle accelerators, strange emitters, and superconductors. Tier 3. Okay. Tier 2. And then Tier 1. The basics. Alright, cool. And there's a crafting fee as well, so you have to pay a fee to craft. So if I wanted to craft like, I don't know, 1,000 of those, same crafting fee for everything, is it? What's Tier 4? Okay, so it could be the same. Alright, interesting. So then, if I return to dashboard, I go to the MUD CSS, navigate there. Now can I look at the crafting workshop here? See, here's where I can make ships. SDUs, okay. Cool. 77,000 polymer to be able to make this. What? Alright. I mean, I wouldn't mind making a thimble mamba, I'm not going to lie. I think this is what I might do at the moment. I might work towards this. This might be my little goal. So I need steel, magnets, I need radiation absorbers, crystal lattice, hydrocarbon, survey data. I need a hell of a lot of this. I need like over 1 million of this. So that's cool. It's going to take me some time. So I guess what I'll do right now is work out where I get this from, what I need to craft the crafting tree in order to make this, and I'm going to make one of these, and this is what I'm going to do. This will be my goal, to craft a thimble mamba. And maybe another PSR6 as well. We'll see if we can do that. So my goal to make a thimble mamba. I don't know what the difference is between a mamba and a mamba X. I actually don't know the difference. I don't know what the butch is as well, but that looks pretty beastly. I'm kind of looking at what's required there for it. See that? I've got enough toolkits there. So that needs like 5 million steel. That needs like 1 million steel. That needs 1 million steel. So I'm assuming this is probably a bigger ship. 67,000, whereas 500. So the butch. It'd be really nice if you could click on this and get some details around it. I don't know anything about this. We'll start off with the mamba. It seems... I don't know. It seems like it's going to take a while to do this, so we'll see. Alright, there's that done. So I guess I want to find out from copper. Alright, so well, now I know what I want to craft. Okay, so now I know what I want to craft. Now I need to look at, well, what do I do with that? So I want to make this, which means I'm going to need steel, copper wire, superconductors, survey data, electromagnetics, and graphite. Okay. So then, again, this is where I've got to start. I don't really want to get into spreadsheets. I'm not interested in spreadsheets. There should be a way that I can pin this and I can see the breakdown of it. I should be able to click on this and I should be able to see what's required. That would be cool. So copper wire. So for copper wire, I just need copper, and for copper, I need copper ore. So, all right, so I can craft up copper wire where I am now. I can stay where I am. I can just do the copper as much as I need until I've got copper wire. All right. So let's do that now before we finish this video. It's been an hour. I don't want to spend too long here. So let's go to where my fleet is. I need to go back to my dashboard. Look at my fleet. Go to asset location. It is engaged in a mining operation at the moment. I don't even know if this is the best place to mine. Maybe there's somewhere better I can get copper, where the hardness is less and I can get more. Also, is it a finite amount? Are they going to run out? There we go. We've nearly got 20,000, so we're nearly 50% of our capacity. So maybe at this stage I can... We'll go for 20 minutes, and then we'll stop, and then we'll go for another 20 minutes. But I will do that off video. So I just want to stop this so we can see the purpose of it on video and what happens. Or what's going to get first? Are we going to get... So we're doing 17 per second. All right, so we're going to get to 20,000 before we get to 20 minutes. So let's get to 20,000 then. We're almost there now, and then we're going to stop. Does it stop when I click it? Or when a transaction goes through? We're about to find out. But this is really cool. All right, so we're going to stop mining. So it still goes at this point until we actually sign the transaction and it goes through. So it's still going. All right, now that's stopped. Cool. So now I kind of want to look at the fleet, manage fleet. All right. Cargo. All right, look at this. I've got all this copper ore. All right, so now if I was to dock on planet here. So let's dock because I'm here already, so I can dock. So let's see if I can do this, right? So now I've docked on the starbase. My inventory. No, it's not in the starbase because it's on the ship, isn't it? So starbase hangar maybe? Oh, here we go. Copper ore. Transfer cargo to starbase. Yep. Out that goes. Cool. And because I'm in a starbase, I could just import more fuel from my wallet. And that way I can refuel this ship from the starbase. So I'm safe where I am. Cool. So now that's done, let's undock. We are spending every time we do this, so we have to bear that in mind. Okay. So now we've undocked. Let's go back to undocked fleet. Manage the fleet. And mining ops. And initiate mining. So we're going to get these to continue. So now these are going to continue getting more copper ore for us. Which is great, because that's what we wanted. Alright, so they're now doing the same thing again. But now they've got more cargo space. So I've freed up all of that cargo space. So 40,000 again. In fact, a little bit more now because I've used up some food and some ammo. So I'm... Okay, perfect. So now I know how much ammo I've used. So the fuel that I've used, the ammo that I've used, I want to bear all of this in mind so I know. But now I can come back to the starbase and I can go to crafting and I can make some copper. So let's just go max. No crew in starbase. Wait, what? Okay, so that's annoying. So I need crew in starbase. So I need to actually leave a ship here. That's a little bit annoying. I'm going to waste fuel doing this, which is really annoying because I don't like wasting fuel, but I want to do this because I want to test it out for the purpose of this video. So we're going to waste some fuel. We don't want to do that. It's annoying that we just did that, but good lesson to learn. Should have done the crafting first. All right, so now I'm going to have to dock. And now I'm docked at the starbase. Now I need to go to the starbase hangar, click on my fleet, and I need to disband. I don't want to disband the whole thing though, right? Fleet composition. Can I not just remove like one ship? I can add a ship, but I can't remove a ship. If I disband, do I get all of my stuff back? Wait, right, fleet cargo hold. It doesn't tell me anything about that. So if I disband, I'm assuming I keep all my stuff, right? All right, let's do it. Doesn't say anything about it. There's no warnings or nothing that I'm going to lose anything. So okay. So now everything should be in my starbase. All right, now it's doing all these transactions. Let's look at my inventory. Available in starbase. Copper ore, fuel. Okay. So now I want to... Okay. Go to my starbase hangar and I want to form a new fleet. And I'm going to use... Wait, what? How's there only one available of each? Where's the rest of it? Only one in each? But I had a fleet here which had everything in it. Okay. So I've lost... Okay. Definitely be looking into that. Don't know where my ships have gone. Currently says I have 0 in starbase. I guess it depends on what starbase. So make a fleet to proceed. Alright, okay. So need to figure out where the hell the rest of my stuff is. Let's just refresh this and see if they show up now. Alright, so that's one I'll have to have a look into. So if I go to mud CSS, there's nothing here, right? So in this starbase, there shouldn't be anything here. So if I form a new fleet, oh wait, they're all here. But what are they doing there? All right, so I've got them. They're there. So I want to take 9 of those plus 1 of those and 1 of those to form a new fleet. I didn't even need to disband the other fleet. How annoying. Okay. Good lessons to learn. I'm sure I did that before. Maybe I made a mistake, but I'm sure I did that before. But let's all right, let's refuel this at here while we're here. Yeah. And we'll restock as well. All right, and then we're going to undock this. So 10 ships in the fleet. Okay, perfect. And 27 crew. Cool. All right, now that's undocked. I need to send that across. Just going to have to go over to the over to here because I want to get it to there, right? So use subwarp. Okay, I want to get to there. So estimate time 30 minutes? Really? 1 minute. Oh, so if I use warp, it's just 1 minute, 1 second. And then I can use another warp to get there. All right, let's just do that. 30 minutes to subwarp, or I can just warp. I don't know the difference between warping and subwarping. But that's on its way now. Cool. All right, so now that's on its way. We'll leave that to do its thing, and I need to go back to Mud 5, which is where I was. Go to that sector. Again, I wish I could click on this map. It would be so much nicer to navigate to. And now I'm here. I can go to the hangar, and I can form a new fleet. All right, so what am I going to use? Oh, well, I guess I just use everything for now, right? Well, no, because I want to wait until it all turns up because I want to be able to use other stuff as well. So I'm going to wait. I'm not going to make this fleet just yet. I'll wait until the others arrive. And I can see they're on their way, which is cool. So 9 seconds to get to where it needs to go, and then we need to send it for the rest of that journey. So that's pretty cool. Go to asset location, exit warp. Manage fleet, move it to here. Awesome. Oh, because I'm on a cooldown, I can't warp. $12 minutes to subwarp. 41 seconds to warp, but I have to wait 200 seconds for it to work. So, alright, it's what it is. Cool, so we'll get across to there. And then we'll set up a new fleet, and then we'll start crafting. I want to see what the crafting process is like, and then that'll pretty much wrap up this video. And then I guess it's spreadsheets. Fun. I'm not a keen lover on spreadsheets. I've spent far too much time in Web3 messing about with spreadsheets, and to be honest, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to spend time with spreadsheets. It's not fun. All right, so there's no music either, so we're just kind of sitting there waiting. Not really much else to do at the moment. This is pretty much set it up and then leave it kind of game, I feel like, at the moment. There's not really much else we can do. And like I say, I don't really feel like it's more of a test than a game. It doesn't feel like a game. There's no story to it. There's no sense of real progression in your character at the moment, other than being able to craft something that you'd otherwise have to pay for. That's the reward. And so that's where the excitement's going to come from. That's where a lot of the social media attention, the marketing is going to come from. It's going to come from people who are grinding to be able to sell something or own something. Maybe they won't sell it. Maybe they'll keep it and play with it. Who knows? It'd be really cool to be able to take that ship and then go into Unreal Engine 5 into the showroom and be like, I own this. There is a real awesome sense of pride. And I remember the first time it happened, and I went into Unreal Engine for the first time, and I was looking around my ship, and I was like, wow, this is my NFT. And it was and getting into my ship and then flying it around. And the real excitement for me come from the fact that in the future, I'm going to be able to customize that ship. Maybe I want to put like a hidden storage compartment or cargo compartment. Maybe I rip out the beds and I put in an extra like storage, and then I can see that and it visualizes it, and I can like customize my ship to make it how I want it. The thought of that was very exciting. And then having a fleet and being able to fly it around and being part of being able to like top level down, manage my fleet from here, and then jump in, and then this is like the top level view, right? So for this game to come full circle, you need this top level view, and then you need to be able to zoom all the way down into Unreal Engine to be able to get into that ship, to fly it, to be able to go around and do the stuff you're doing, and that would be amazing. At that point, it's like, yeah. It's almost like Star Citizen meets EVE Online. And it kind of feels like those two worlds colliding. I'm excited to see what it does, and this is a really interesting. Like, one of the things you have to remember is, like, when you build a game, games take years. Games take years and years to build, and there's testing and building and refining, and a lot of people on the community side of things are just impatient, and they lack the ability to wait patiently. You know, this whole instant gratification with dopamine hits, where we want everything straight away, but we're not willing to wait for it. Oh, but it only took this game a year, and it only took that game 2 years, and this indie dev's done it all on their own. But you don't consider like a lot of the other things, and it's the same in Star Citizen. When you look at what Star Citizen is building, you know, just the different gravitational pulls on the planets compared to how they're procedurally generating stuff and how it's persistent, and there's so much that goes into the hardware and the entity of building all of that out that I don't think people really appreciate it. And the same here, because not only are you doing that, you're taking a new untapped process, i.e. blockchain, that's not really been done before, and you're pushing it to its limits, and it needs to be redefined, and there's a lot that's going on there. So yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens with this game. It's a great, if anything else, it's a great case study and a great test. Right, so we should be here now in our Starbase hangar. We should, oh no, because we've got a fleet already, right? So undocked fleets, we need to exit warp. Yep. Exit warp, please. Thank you. And then we need to dock in the Starbase. So this is pretty simple, pretty nice. Now I've got the hang of it. There's a lot of menus, which they've done a good job, but I'm looking forward to them reiterating. I mean, it's day one, but I'm looking forward to them reiterating this and making it a little bit better. All right, so I want to disband. Why can't I disband? I can't disband this fleet. What? What? Why can't I disband this fleet? Maybe I need to refresh? That's weird. I could disband the other one. Why can't I disband this one? I don't like have to keep connecting every time. I wish it would remember my wallet. So going back to Mud 5, I want to be able to click on here as well. I want to click on here and it just loads it up. Starbase hangar. I can't disband. Why can I not disband my fleet? Do I need to be undocked to disband? That seems weird. No, because now I'm undocked. Okay. That's not what I wanted to happen. Okay. I guess I can add ships to it, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to add ships. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to have to, right? It's the only way I can do it is to add ships. But then I want to leave one ship out. So what do I want to leave out? I'll leave out a scud and an air bike, right? That's going to leave me some crew, right? So ships in fleet, crew in fleet. That should go from 11 to like 40. Still can't disband though, which is weird. That hasn't changed. Crew in so ships in fleet is 11 now. Crew in fleet has gone up to 55, but the ships hasn't changed. Okay, so a bit buggy. Ships in fleet is now 17. Okay. I can form a new fleet with just these two. Crew in starbase 30. Yeah, so if I was to go to my hangar, go here and undock this, which is what I want to do, then that should, hopefully this works. All right, so now how many crew do I have here? 2. Yeah, I've got 2 crew. Perfect. So I can now take my copper, max. 6 hours and 32 minutes. What? 6 hours and 32 minutes. Okay. Is that only because of the amount of crew I've got? All right. So let me check this out. So now if I go to undocked and I dock this, I should now have more. I should now have more here, right? So if I go to crafting now, there should be a lot more available. That's not updating those, so is that because they're in a fleet and I need to... Oh, I can disband it now. So now I can disband. Because the crew are in the fleet and I need to get them out the fleet. That was weird that I couldn't disband it before, but I can now. So now everything's disbanded. And now if I go to crafting, I've got 57 available. And if I go to copper and I max that out, still 6 hours. All right, so it doesn't matter. The amount of crew you've got has no impact on that. So, assign crew. Oh, there we go. So I can assign more crew. Wow, so if I said 57 crew, it's going to take me 6 minutes. Okay, good to know. All right, good to know. So what I want to do now is I want to go to the hangar, form a new fleet. Yeah, there we go. And I want to take all of these. And of these, there's going to be 2 of these, and there's going to be 2 of these, and I'm going to take 1 of everything else, and I'm going to leave these out. Perfect. 84 out of 145. Perfect. Cargo hold is now 72. See, if I added 10 in there, it's only adding an extra 2,000. So I may as well just leave those out. And I'm using the air bike for crew. So it might be worth purchasing the cheapest ship you can just to get crew. Just to get crew so they can craft. All right, cool. So that's done. So now we're going to form new fleet. Can I name the fleet? Oh, I can. I can name it up here. All right. Noobs in space. 9 ships in the fleet, 47 crew. And that leaves 10 crew because there's an extra 10 there. Okay, cool. All right. Form new fleet. Done. Done. That's better. That makes more sense. Okay, cool. So now I've got my fleet. They're going to go and mine those resources for me. So I need to add all of this. So let's refuel. and restock. Again, more transactions. Transactions. And we're getting charged every time we do this. It's minimal amount. It's not a lot, but at the same time, it's still a charge, right? 74% of the tank usage there. 97% there. And cargo as well. We need to transfer cargo. So you should be able to do food from here. I have to go back out, then go to inventory to be able to send food across. So what is that? 9438. There needs to be a max button as well. There's not, and it shouldn't hold the 1 when you do that. Wait, no, that's transferring to noobs in space, right? Yeah. Transfer to fleet. Perfect. So that food's now going to be in the fleet. I've got fuel if I need it. I've still got 250,000 fuel, so if I get stuck somewhere, I can always import that to a starbase, which is nice to know. Good to know. I've got quite a few toolkits as well, which is good to know. All right, we're good to go. So now I can undock. So starbase hangar, click on this, undock. Noobs in space is now in space. And I can now go to undock fleet, and I can manage the fleet, mining operations, and initiate mining. All right, available cargo space is now 62, so I've an extra 50% cargo now available. It's going to cost more fuel to start, however, but the resource mining rate per second is now 25. Wasn't it 35 before? Has it gone down? Resource mining rate per second, 25. I thought maybe it was less than that. I don't know. Huh. Okay. Oh, maybe it's better. I thought it... okay. I mean, it must be better, right? Cool. So now that's working. Let's go back to the starbase and go into crafting workshop. And we're going to go to copper. All right. And we're going to have our 10 staff members to craft all of this. And that's going to take us 36 minutes. Nice. And we're going to craft some copper. And we're going to have 21,000 copper. So 1 copper ore is required and it outputs 1. So it's a 1 for 1. Then we need copper wire, which is another 1 for 1. All right, so we're going to have 21,000 copper wire. Awesome. That's a good start. Let's come back to our main dashboard and look at our CSS. We're going to go to our CSS. I want to go and have a look here as well, see what this does. But let's go back to the CSS for now, which is the central space station. And we'll go into the crafting workshop, which is different because now we have SDUs. And we want to make a thimble member, remember? So what do we need? All right, we're going to have 20,000 copper at the end of this, and we're going to need 2.2 million. Yeah, it's going to take a while. But it's like a $500 ship, right? So it should take a while. Cool. That's the process. I guess we just check in every day and see how we're doing, and yeah. Some people will probably be setting alarms. I won't be. Some people will have automated this process. I won't be. I'm going to see if I can generate myself a thimble mamba, and then at the end, we'll work out what it cost and if it was worth it or not. All right, thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been a helpful video. It's been Star Atlas. This is Sage Labs. And this is the entire process that you've seen from extracting our ships from Score, depositing them into labs, and the next stage of Star Atlas. It'll be interesting to see how this progresses over the coming weeks and months. I will keep you updated. Take care for now. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.